All right, everybody. It's Scott. Happy Monday to you. Thought we would do something new here in that we are going to do a little broadcast from Facebook Live with a new tool that we've got. And I thought it'd be great timing to answer this really, really powerful question. Now, before we do, two major things going on right now. If you're in the United States, if you're in the southeastern part of the United States, Hurricane Irma continues to push through the southeastern part of the United States, wherever you're at. Hope you're taking measures to be safe. We are in the upstate of South Carolina, actually at my parents' house. That's why this looks a little different. And hunkered down here, kind of waiting out everything to go on. Currently, you hear me talk a lot about the creek behind our house. That creek is currently flooded, and with it, some of the things that we go out and play with on a regular basis are flooded as well. So I hope those of you in the low country of South Carolina are staying safe. And of course, those of you in the Keys, the islands, Florida, South Georgia are staying extraordinarily safe. And the other thing is with 9/11, today is 9/11. So we in the United States are celebrating, I believe it's the 16th anniversary actually this year of 9/11. And so kind of a crazy day, but nonetheless, some of our heroes are small business owners just like you. And so we want to be able to answer a pretty critical question for you, and that is, when do I hire a bookkeeper? And so I wanted to start off by saying, sometimes this could be kind of the wrong question to ask, is when do we hire a bookkeeper? I actually got this reframed to me in a powerful question, and that question is, how much is it costing me not to have a bookkeeper? So I thought we would run some numbers. In classic coaching format, let's run some numbers that I think might be helpful for you as a small business owner to be able to understand. The first question is, let's consider that you put in 4 hours a month in bookkeeping. Now, for some of you, it's going to be a lot more than that because of the type of industry that you're in. For some of you, that might be about what it is, about 4 hours per month. And with that 4 hours per month, we say on average that the average small business owner's time as an owner is worth somewhere around $170 an hour. Usually we say it's more than that, around $200 to $1,000 an hour. Some are higher than that. I know you might be thinking, wait a second, I've never heard that before. But again, as the small business owner, your time is worth that to your small business. So if you spend 4 hours of your time as the owner doing bookkeeping, then what that's going to end up costing you is somewhere around $680 per month. $680 per month of your time, not to mention that the actual time that you're not able to do other things like selling or creating or customer service because you're knee-deep, head down in books, in QuickBooks, in Wave, and whatever it is that you're doing. And so let's just say that 4 hours costs you around $680 a month. Well, if you paid somebody else a really healthy wage of $35 a month to do those 4 hours of work, and let's be honest, they're probably going to eventually do it at a higher level than you with less mistakes because you're having to focus on some of these other areas. It's only going to cost you around $140 a month in the business for somebody else to do that work for 4 hours a month. And you might say, where in the world can I find somebody to just work on my business 4 hours a month? Actually, there's a lot of people. In fact, they like doing stuff like this because they don't want to just do 4 hours of bookkeeping for you and then do other things in your office that they're not naturally geared at. So it's actually a benefit not only to you, but to them as well. So finding somebody who likes to have multiple clients to take on to do the bookkeeping that they actually like to do. And you might say, do people actually like to do this? Yes, they do. People actually like to do bookkeeping. They like to do your bookkeeping. And they like to do it at a fraction of the cost of what it would cost you to do. And so you can see right away that you're upside down in the business if you're doing it yourself because it's costing you around $700 a month to do, whereas somebody else could do around $150, $140 a month. And it would save you considerable amounts of money, not to mention the time that we talked about. So here's the question. Here's the answer to your question. When do I hire a bookkeeper? You can see the numbers, but really the honest answer is when you're tired of spending way too much time and way too much energy doing your own bookkeeping, you'll never see the inherent value in this. So until you're sick and tired of it, that's when you'll finally realize, oh my goodness, I'm tired of this. Like I'm sick of this. And I want to do something different. And so once you figure that out, once you come to that perspective of I'm tired of this, that's when you'll begin to shift. So when you feel sick of doing your own books, that's the trigger when it's time for you to go ahead and start doing that. Now, for many of you, I could argue it's before that. But I also realize that you're not going to make significant change unless you feel the pain yourself. So then what do? Well, you create your own delegation roadmap. We've got one if you want to use it. but you create a list of every single thing that you need to get off of your plate, and bookkeeping needs to be one of those things. And then create a role out of that list. So if you decide bookkeeping needs to be off of my plate, then just write out every step of the bookkeeping process into a role, and then you come in and create monthly touch points around it. These are the monthly times that you're going to get together, once or twice a month, that you're going to get together with this person who you've asked to do your bookkeeping, and you're going to start doing that on a regular basis. And if you can start doing that, following up with this person, and going over and over and over again, repetitiously, exactly what you're asking them to do, then eventually what's going to end up happening is they're going to take your books over. It's going to give you huge amounts of freedom, and your mindset will be able to shift to the things that really help push the business forward and what we call the things that matter most. And so you want somebody to be able to help you with that, because quite frankly, you want to get out of this mode where you're exchanging $680 of your own time for what could be done for $140. But that's just dollars and cents. Really what it is you're sick of spending way too much time and energy doing your own bookkeeping. So the answer to the question of when do I hire a bookkeeper, it's when you're finally sick of this. You feel the pain of it, and you realize how much it's costing you, both emotionally, mentally, but also how much it's costing your business. Then I think you'll start to kind of figure out, okay, I get it. And once you figure that out, that's when you're kind of coming into your own to realizing that you're beginning to delegate the right things. So I hope that helps answer some of your questions, and keep pouring your questions in. If you've got questions as a small business owner in the Facebook Live feed, make sure you put those in here, because we can certainly answer those questions. We get a ton throughout the week, but we would love to hear what you have to say here on the Facebook platform. Hey, again, wherever you're at the time of this recording, if you're in the southeastern United States and Hurricane Irma, please stay safe. If you're anywhere in the United States and you are remembering September 11th from 2001, I hope you have a powerful day to be able to sit and to reflect all that's been accomplished since that day in 2001. I still remember where we were. I was studying Pfizer exams to become a sales rep at my in-laws' house, and my daughter, who was about 4 months old at the time, was playing on the ground in front of the television imagery of the NBC Today show as they were showing the buildings during that time. So I'm sure you probably remember where you were if you were alive during that time as well. All right, have a great rest of your day, and hope you enjoyed this little insight into when it's time to hire a bookkeeper.